पुत्रमत्र स्वरूपम् रूपं तस्याग्रजमुरुपुरीं माथुरीं गोष्ठवाटीं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरमहो राधिका माधवासां प्राप्तो यस्य प्रथितकृपया श्रीगुरुं तं नतोऽस्मि। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वैभव पुरी गोस्वामी नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धान्त सरस्वती नामिने। अजानुलम्बित भुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ जुगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ। हीलोधुलितखेदया विशदया प्रोन्मीलदामोदया साम्यशास्त्रविवादया रसदया चित्तार्पितोन्मादया सस्वद्भक्तिविनोदया समदया माधुर्यमर्यादया श्रीचैतन्यदया निधे तव दया भूयादमन्दोदया। तस्या अपार रससार विलासमूर्ते रानन्दकन्द परमाद्भुत सौख्यलक्ष्म्या ब्रह्मादिदुर्गमगति वृषभानुजाया कैङ्कर्यमेव मम जन्मनि जन्मनि स्यात्। हा देवी काकुभरगद्गदयाद्य वाचा जाचे निपत्य भुवि दण्डवट उद्भटातिः अस्य प्रसादमबुधस्य जनस्य कृत्वा गन्धर्विके निजगणे गणनां विधेहि। तवैवास्मि तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे त्वं नय मां चरणान्तिकम्। राधे वृन्दावनाधीशे करुणामृतवाहिनी कृपया तव पादाब्जे दास्यं मह्यं प्रदीयताम्। हे देव हे दयित हे भुवन एकबन्धो, हे कृष्ण हे चपल हे करुणैक सिन्धो, हे नाथ हे रमण हे नयनाभिराम, हा हा कदा नु भवितासि पदं दृशोर्मे। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने, बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्ष्यै क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये, कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना, वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं, द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव, पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः, तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं, तमालवर्णं सुहितावतारम्, अपार संसार समुद्रसेतुं, भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपम्। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च, पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्रीजीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, I offer my innumerable sashtang dandavas unto the lotus feet of my Gurupada Padma, Nityala Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Paramahansa Ashtottara Sata Sri Śrīmād Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Mahārāj, and pray his causeless mercy. Then I offer my innumerable sashtang dandavas unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace Nityala Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashtottara Sata Sri Śrīmād Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Mahārāj, and pray his causeless mercy. Then I offer my innumerable sashtang dandavas unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace Nityala Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashtottara Sata Sri Śrīmād A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Mahārāj Srila Prabhupada, and pray His causeless mercy. Then I offer my innumerable Sastang Dandavas unto the lotus feet of all Guru Vargas, Guru Parampara, and pray their causeless mercy. Then I offer my innumerable Sastang Dandavas unto the lotus feet of His Holiness Tidhan Swami Bhakti Svarūp Mahārāj, to CA.Autumn Prabhu, and to all present Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and pray the causeless mercy of all. Today is very auspicious day. Why? Today Jiva appear, and we are going to commence the Gloria for Radharani also, for one week. So this is also very auspicious. How Harikatha is appearing in this material world, we should know. Harikatha not always appearing, everywhere for everyone. Today Jiva Goswami's appearance day, so one topic of Jiva Goswami came to mind. That Jiva Goswami said, Sarasa Samajatiyanam Sarasa Bhaktanam Mukhad Sarasa Katha Sravana Saubhagya Maha Saubhagya Udayat Bhave. Means to listen Harikatha, but all are not Harikatha, real not Harikatha. That's why Jiva Goswami clarified all in Bhakti Sandarbha also. There are two kinds of Bhakta. One is Saraga Bhakta, second is Viraga Bhakta. Saraga means who has a Raga. Raga means not this Raga, transcendental Raga. Raga means attachment for other things, like money, name, fame, or any other material desires. He is a Saraga Bhakta. And Viraga Bhakta, who has no desire at all, only desire of Krishna Prema. So, these two varieties of Bhakta, they can speak, but influence will be different. Saraga Bhakta cannot make Viraga devotee. Impossible. Why? Because he himself is not Viraga. So he cannot make Viraga. But Viraga Bhakta can make so many Vairagis. That's why Jiva Goswami clearly explained in Bhakti Sandarbha. You study Bhakti Sandarbha, you find this. And today his appearance day, so automatically this came. And this Harikatha listening also not easy. Maha Saubhagya Udayat Sambhavati. When a Jiva will have Maha Saubhagya, not only ordinary Saubhagya. Saubhagya means good fortune. And Maha Saubhagya, then only you will find to listen the opportunity of high class Katha or pure Katha. Otherwise it is not easy also. So how this Saubhagya Katha or pure Katha is appearing in this material world? When Radharani is blessing, then only it is possible. Root cause of Harikatha is Radharani. If Radharani is not merciful, it will not appear. Because Radharani is best speaker of Krishna Katha. Yes, no one can compete to Radharani. Best speaker of Krishna Katha is Radharani. And Radharani herself, Bumblebee said, asked to Radharani. When Radharani started criticizing to Bumblebee, Madhupa Kitava Bandho Mas Prasangri Sapatnya Kucha Villulita Mala Kunkuma Spansruvina Bahatu Madhupati Stan Maninam Prasadam Jadu Sadasi Bidambyam Jasya Duta Twamidru. O Madhupa means O Brahma, O Bumblebee. Tvam Kitava Bandho. You are the friend of a Kita. Kita means Kapati. Kapati means hypocrite. So, you are friend of a hypocrite Krishna. And I think because birds of same feather flock together. So you are friend of kapati means you are also kapati. So Mahāsprusa may angry. May angry means to my lotus feet, Mahāsprusa don't touch. So Radharani started criticizing Krishna from beginning of Brahmaragi till end. She is criticizing. And Brahmara could not tolerate at the end. Bumblebee could not tolerate. Then he asked to Radharani, "Oh Radhe, I am listening long time from your lotus leaves that you are criticizing Krishna. Krishna is hypocrite, Krishna is duplicitous. So many bad qualities you explain in front of me about Krishna. So why, if Krishna is not good, if you don't like him, why you are speaking about him? You should stop this. Because if someone you don't like, you should not speak about him." Then Radharani's reply was, "Oh Brahma, that is true, but dustyajastat katharthaha. I cannot survive dustyaja. Tyajya means to be given up. Means which is qualified to be given up. Means we should not accept. That is called tyajya. But dustyaja means which cannot be given up. Very difficult. Dukhena tyajya dustyaja. Tyajya means which should be given up. And it is possible easily. But dustyaja means dukhena. Very difficult, almost impossible. So Radharani said, "I cannot give up about Krishna's glory speaking." So Radharani is unable to give up Krishna Katha. And in Vrindavan, 24 hours only Krishna Katha going on. And best speaker is Radharani. So that's why when Radharani wants, then only Krishna Katha appearing in this material world. So all Krishna Katha is going on due to Radharani's different forms of mercies. Otherwise impossible. Because this is new Braja and blessing of Radharani's intimate associate and servant Gurudev is here. And he blessed here as a new Braja. So when he blessed, Radharani is bound to bless. That's why it is possible to be happen all these. Otherwise impossible. So because he blessed here as a new Braja, and he wanted devotees should come here and listen the glories of Radharani and serve Radharani and Krishna. So to fulfill his desires, Radharani is giving all the opportunities. How? I will give one example. In this material world, there is one opulent person who is multimillionaire and he has a lot of money. So he has a wife also. Then but he is very miser. He is not giving anyone to anything. Then what did happen? One day, her wife became crazy. His wife became crazy. Then when became crazy means for temporarily her mind was not working. So what did she do? One day, when mind was not working, it was intoxicated. Her mind was intoxicated. Then she took the key of the locker and opened the locker. After opening the locker, she found so many valuable gems, pearls, ornaments, jewelries, dollars also. Then she took all the whatever was coming in her hand, she took and went to the roof. So when she went to the roof with all valuable gems, ornaments and money, and started throwing from the roof to the ground. Because then husband is looking, "Oh, what you are doing? What you are doing?" Then don't throw. Are you crazy? But she is not listening. And when she was throwing, but now he cannot speak anything. Why? Because she is his wife. So now he is thinking that now her mind is not working because due to intoxication. So let her do what to do. He is trying to stop, but impossible. At last he is throwing. when throwing, then on the road, people were going. Who was going, he was taking. Because who will lose this opportunity? Pearls, gems, and dollars, etc. So who was going, he was taking. So taking this opportunity, so many beggars they also came. And beggars they were also getting. Long time, by begging also they were unable to get. But today, without any endeavor, all are getting from the road. So all were collecting. But who was unfortunate and he could not come there, he lost everything. Why? Because it was a very golden opportunity. But ordinary days, if a beggar was asking also, he was not getting single coin. Single $1 also he was unable to get. But today he was getting very valuable gems, pearls and dollars, $1,000 began throwing from the roof. So who were fortunate, they collected. Even beggar also, when he was going, then he collected. But who was unable to present there, due to misfortune, he could not. But how long the intoxication will last? After a few hours or few moments, when she came to external consciousness, then stopped. But husband cannot say anything. Why? Because she is his wife. So, and he had no problem also. Why? Okay, throwing, but I have lot of, I have one locker she opened, but I have secret many. So, he had no fear also. Same case also this. Krishna is also most opulent. Because there is nothing in this material world which Krishna does not have. Because all belongs to Krishna. So who can be most opulent than Krishna? And many of us, we are thinking that Vrindavan is only Madhurya. No opulence there. No, it is not true. You read Raghavartan Chandrika. What opulence present in Vrindavan, you cannot find that quantity of opulence anywhere in any transcendental level. The most opulent transcendental level is Vrindavan. But it is covered by Madhurya, sweetness. So that it is invisible. No one can see. So Vrindavan's opulence is supreme, highest. Even that opulence is not in Mathura. That opulence is not in Dwaraka, in Vaikuntha, what to speak. So, highest opulence is in Vrindavan, but all are covered by sweetness. So, Krishna is owner of all transcendental awards. So, he is also very rich. So, what did happen? One day, Radharani is always relishing the Krishna Prema. Like Madhanakya Mahava, beginning from Prema, Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Mahabhava, Adhirudha Mahava, Adhirudha Mahava, Madana, Madana, Mohan, all. So, when Radharani is relishing the sweetness of Krishna Prem, then she is becoming intoxicated in Krishna Prem. Not like this external liquor, of material liquor. When Radharani also becoming intoxicated in Krishna Prem, she also losing the external consciousness. So, in that influence of intoxication of Krishna Prem, she also wanted to throw everything. What she is feeling also. She want to throw. So, when she is throwing from Golok Vrindavan, then some drop is also falling here. And that drop is manifesting in the form of Harikatha. And that, when that is manifesting, then like when a intoxicated opulent lady throwing from the roof valuable gems and jewelries and dollars, then even a unqualified beggar, street beggar, who has no food for eating, no dress for covering the body, he is also sometimes able to pick up the dollars, jewelries or gems, etc., which is falling on the ground from the roof of the opulent intoxicated lady. Similarly, when Radharani is relishing the sweetness of Krishna Prem and becoming very compassionate to give to this material world, that is also appearing in the form of Krishna Katha. And that Krishna Katha which cannot be compared with anyone, unique, which is very difficult to attain for opulent person also, but a beggar, unqualified beggar also able to listen like ourselves. Really we are beggars, less than beggars. Why? We have committed so many nonsense activities in our previous life. That's why we came to this material world, for suffering. So we are suffering due to our own activities of previous life. So we have no qualification to attain Krishna Prema. If we really see the scripture, if Krishna will see our all the records of previous lives, we cannot be qualified to attain Krishna Prema. Why? Because we have so many misdeeds in previous life. So to clean that, we will take many lifetimes, and in those lifetimes we will create again new karmas. So by our own endeavor, it is impossible to attain Krishna Prema. That's why Rupa Goswami was bound to write that what is Jnananta Sulabha Mukti Bhukti Jagyandi Punyata Sayam Sadhana Sahasrai Hari Bhakti Sudula. He wrote, Sudula, not easy. So by blessing only it is possible. When Radharani is blessing, then only this Krishna Katha is appearing in this material world. Otherwise it is very, very rare to attain, almost impossible. So due to causeless mercy of Radharani, we have the opportunity to listen her own glories. And today is Jiva Goswami's appearance day, so we should discuss something about Jiva Goswami also before, because we will continue this 7 days. So we will have time. But about Jiva Goswami, we have time only today. So something we have to discuss. Otherwise we will come in the fault, Anikriti dos. Anikriti dos means we will become ungrateful. So we will be indebted. Because what Jiva Goswami has donated to for our good in this material world, we cannot repay unless we glorify him, unless we remember him, unless we listen and speak about his glories. Then we will have one fault. So to destroy that fault and to attract his merciful glance towards us, we should listen his glories. Not only his, any Vaishnava Acharya or Goswamis or God, appearance and disappearance, both days we should discuss his glories. If we have no sufficient time, at least few minutes, we can chant his name and listen. Or at the minimum time is we should give his Jai Dhwani also. Remember him. That his appearance day or disappearance day, and give Jai Dhwani, that is the minimum standard. But if we don't do that, then we will have one Anikriti dos for that. And how many we will accumulate, then so many ungratefulness will accumulate, then it will block our devotion. That's why our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, although Sanatana Goswami, he compiled Hari Bhakti Vilas and Satkriya Sadhivika by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, but our recent Acharya, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, he compiled Chaitanya Panjika, the calendar, to know what tithi, which day. So what to celebrate, and not to forget the appearance and disappearance of Acharyas, Goswamis, Vaishnavas and all incarnations. So he compiled Chaitanya Panji to give the teachings. Otherwise we will forget. We cannot know. So unless we do this, we will lose the blessings of our Acharyas. That's why it is mandatory. So if you have no time, at least his one song or his minimum standard is Jai Dhwani and remember. Then also we will free. But as more we discuss, as more we listen, we will be more benefited. So Jiva Goswami is prominent Goswami philosophically for our Siddhantas in our Gaudiya Sampradaya. Rupa Goswami for Rasa, but Jiva Goswami is for Siddhanta. So it does not mean that Jiva Goswami was not Rasika. We should be clarified. who was listening, before we were listening from Bhagavad Mahārāj and Tirthapada Prabhu, who can read the proof, how he does not know. Proofreader should have more knowledge how to, otherwise how he will correct. Understand? Yes. So he knows also. But he wants to give the credit to Rupa Goswami. Why? Because our line is Anugatya. So he protected. If Jiva Goswami would not appear, then Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya's philosophy would contaminate. Like Bhakti river is flowing, which is pure nectar brought by Rupa Goswami. But if river is flowing, but if both sides are so many clays, if one rain comes or some incident or accident comes, then all both sides clay or mud all will go and contaminate the water. So Jiva Goswami construct a very strong, what is both sides?
Dam.
Huh?
A dam.
Dam, what is
Embankment.
Huh?
Embankment.
Embankment, huh? Embankment. So he constructed very strong embankment so that no contamination can touch. That's why, as a result of which, we are able to know the purity of Rupa Goswami's pure devotion. If Jiva Goswami would not come, Rupa Goswami's devotion would contaminate. Because he disappeared already. Then who will protect this? So he, before, that's why you see all sampradayas. Even in Vrindavan, you will find all sampradayas devotees. All Mayavadis, Karmis, Jnanis, Yogis, so-called so many upper sampradayas you will find. But all are fearful to Gaudiya Sampradaya. Why? Due to Jiva Goswami. Rupa Goswami was very humble. And he was merging only in transcendental mellows. And Jiva Goswami was protecting the Sampradaya. Why? Because he took the essence of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. From all, Gopal Bhatta Goswami collected all the commentaries and bhashyas on Vedanta, like Sankara Bhashya, Saririka Bhashya. From Sankara Sampradaya, Saririka Bhashya. From Ramanuja Sampradaya, Ramanuja Bhashya. Sri Bhashya. From Madhvacharya, which Bhashya no? Okay, Madhvacharya, no problem. Madhvacharya. From Nimbaditya, Parijata Bhashya. So from 4 sampradayas, including Sankara Sampradaya, 5 bhashyas collected from Vedanta. And he put in brief form. And Jiva Goswami, when he was studying under guidance of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, then he one day got from Gopal Bhatta Goswami this. Then in abbreviated form it was from all acharyas of all sampradayas, the commentary on Vedanta. And when Jiva Goswami got this, then he thought, oh, it is very good. So it should be enlarged for clarification of future devotees. So he took all bhashyas and including Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Jiva Goswami's commentary, 6 commentary altogether is called Bhagavata Sandarbha. Bhagavata Sandarbha. Sat Sandarbha is called Bhagavata Sandarbha. Sat Sandarbha is 6, but Sat Sandarbha altogether is called Bhagavata Sandarbha. No Bhagavat. Bhagavata Sandarbha. Why? Jiva Goswami compiled all these Sandarbhas to clarify Srimad Bhagavatam. So, unless we understand the 6 Sandarbhas, we cannot have sufficient knowledge about Bhagavatam. That's why our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada fluently and frequently he was saying how we can test who is a learned scholar or not. He said, Vidya Bhagavata Badhi. What is the end of knowledge? It is the end of knowledge is Bhagavatam. So if one has no knowledge on Srimad Bhagavatam, his knowledge is imperfect. Why? Bhagavata is Vidya Bhagavata Bhati. Vidya Avadhi is Bhagavatam. So the end of all knowledge is taking rest at the knowledge of Bhagavatam. So if one has no knowledge about Bhagavatam, then he knows nothing really. Yes. So you see how our Rupa Goswami also, who is Rasikacharya, when he was collecting all the limbs of devotion from different scriptures, there are so many limbs of devotion in different Puranas. In different Puranas, different parts, different number. But Rupa Goswami studied all and collected all. And it was not systematically. In some Puranas, in different number. In some Puranas, different number. So he collected all and categorized into 64. So when he was explaining 64 limbs of devotion in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, when he was compiling about listening, so Rupa Goswami, what he wrote? Bhagavata Sravan, he said. Bhagavata Sravan. He did not mention any other thing. He did not mention any scripture. Then we can say, then if we listen to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or any other scripture, or so many scriptures compiled by our Goswamis, but nothing is coming in that there. Why? All these scriptures are nourishing to Srimad Bhagavatam. So because if we study only Bhagavatam, we may not understand. For example, if we study Bhagavatam only, we may misunderstand. So, Rupa Goswami wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, only based on devotion. But in Bhagavatam, so many are in mixed condition, in different chapters, different cantos, in different forms. So for this, we need more higher qualification to understand. So Goswamis, they compiled so many scriptures separately only to make Bhagavatam completely understand. So all are coming in the listening of Srimad Bhagavatam. So all are nourishment of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, Vidya Bhagavata Badhi. So the ending of all knowledge is Srimad Bhagavatam. So again he spoke, Vidvavatam Bhagavate Pariksha. How we can test one is a learned scholar or not? What is the test? Bhagavate. Bhagavate Pariksha. Pariksha means examination. Bhagavate means Bhagavatam. So how we can know he is learned scholar or not? We have to test by Srimad Bhagavatam. For example, one may be a learned scholar in Sanskrit, the number one highest professor of whole world in Sanskrit. But it does not mean that he can know Srimad Bhagavatam. Only Sanskrit knowledge is not sufficient to know Bhagavatam. Why? Because Lord Shiva said, Aham vedmi, Sukha veti, Vyasa veti, Naveti va. Bhaktya Bhagavata Graya, Na Buddhya, Na Chatikaya. Today morning we were discussing this in the morning walk. So I am not repeating again. So,
Ladies.
Okay, little. Okay. Lord Shiva said, who knows? Parvati asked to Lord Shiva, oh my dear husband, I want to know one thing. Then Shiva said, what do you want to know? I want to know that who knows Srimad Bhagavatam. Then Lord Shiva said, I know. Then Parvati said, you know, then it is very good for me. Why? Because I can listen whenever I want. So it is my good fortune. But you know, others know or not? No, some others also they know. Then who are they? Aham vedmi Sukha veti. Means Sukadeva Goswami also knows. But Vyasa veti navetiva. When it came to Vyasadeva, then Shiva said, Vyasa veti navetiva. Means Vyasa may know, may not know. Then Parvati became surprised. I heard that Vyasadeva taught to Sukadeva Goswami, and now you are saying that Vyasadeva knows or sometime may not know. How it is possible? Then Lord Shiva said, yes, it is possible. But that is secret. You need not think that. Because you cannot understand this. So now, because I am going to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, when Shiva was speaking this Bhagavatam to Parvati, this was coming. So Lord Shiva said, Vyasaveti navetiva, means Vyasadeva may know, may not know sometime. But why? Vidya Bhagavat, Bhaktya Bhagavata Graya, na buddhya na chatikaya. Means by devotion only bhakti can be known. If no devotion, only material knowledge, then Bhagavata cannot be known. So that's why in India, so many learned Sanskrit scholars, but if they are non-devotee, you ask any one verse, they cannot explain. If you speak, then they will explain in such a way, you will become crazy. Yes, there are so many Mayavadis, so many scholars in Sanskrit. But if you ask one Sanskrit Bhagavata verse, they will explain in such a way, you will be very disappointed. Yes, and you will not desire to see them. Yeah. So only Sanskrit knowledge is sufficient. Devotion also necessary. Bhaktya Bhagavata Graya means devotion also necessary. Then only real knowledge will appear. So I once asked to a professor of Sanskrit who was very high qualified one verse of Bhagavatam, but he could not explain also. He could not explain because he only spoke about the meaning of Sanskrit only. But what is the deepest meaning, he could not. So only Sanskrit knowledge is not sufficient. He should be devotee, bhaktya. If one is non-devotee, how a learned scholar in Sanskrit may be? He cannot. Bhakti is the most important qualification to know Bhagavatam. So if one is ignorant in Bhagavatam, means he does not know anything. He knows nothing. He knows nothing. That's why to know Bhagavatam is very important. And Rupa Goswami also said, what we should listen? Srimad Bhagavata Sravana, he said. So in Bhagavata Sravana, all are coming. If you listen Srimad Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or anything Brihad Bhagavata or any scripture which is compiled by our Goswamis, all are coming in Srimad Bhagavata Sravana. So all are coming in that. Why? All are compiled only to nourish and to explain Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Rupa Goswami said only Bhagavata Sravana. You see, all limbs of devotion 64. He did not say mention any other scripture. Only said Bhagavata Sravana. Why? Bhagavata is the ancient one. All other scriptures appeared after him. Our all Goswami scriptures. Only to nourish, only to explain Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Jiva Goswami explained all the different topics of Bhagavatam in 6 sandarbhas. That's why you will find so many proofs of Bhagavata verses in 6 sandarbhas. You study, in each sandarbha you will find Bhagavata verses. There is no one sandarbha in which you will not find any verse of Bhagavatam. You test it. Why? Because altogether if you speak in abbreviated form, 6 sandarbha or 7 sandarbha, that is called Bhagavata sandarbha. So Tattva sandarbha, then Bhagavata sandarbha, then Paramatma sandarbha, then Krishna sandarbha, then Bhakti sandarbha, then Priti sandarbha. All together is called Bhagavata sandarbha. So Bhagavata knowledge is most important also to know. That's why our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha-Krishna, combination of Radha-Krishna, what he said? Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesa Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachi Upasana Ja Braja Badhu Vargena Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramana Mamalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatradhara Napara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam. Mahaprabhu's opinion is this. What? Srimad Bhagavatam. So, our Jiva Goswami did the service of Rupa Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Rupa Goswami fulfilled the innermost desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Jiva Goswami again brought forward the desire of Mahaprabhu. That's why Rupa Goswami was all compiling and he was giving to proofreading for Jiva Goswami. And our Bhagavad Maharaj was speaking that when Balacharya came Then Rupa Goswami showed his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which was recently written. Then Vallabhacharya saw at the beginning, it is Bhukti Mukti Spruha Java, Pisachi Hridi Vartate, Katham Bhakti Sukham Bhode, Spurti Sambha Vana Bhave. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where is this verse? You remember? In the eastern direction and first wave there is this verse. But Rupa Goswami wrote right, there was no mistake. But Vallabhacharya thought it is a mistake. Why? Whether he studied it very hurriedly and without carefulness, he carelessly studied, so he could not see properly. So he thought this is mistake. But Jiva Goswami, I am not speaking in detail because Maharaj spoke something. But Jiva spoke, it is right. Because what Maharaj left, I am speaking only. He only recited that verse, but did not explain that. So, where was the mistake and how Jiva Goswami rectified this? Vallabhacharya said, this verse is what is it?
Faulty.
Huh?
Meaning is improper.
Meaning is improper or defective?
Defective.
Yes. So, Jiva Goswami asked, where is the defect? Then Vallabhacharya said, because your uncle wrote that Bhakti is a Mukti is a Pisachi. But Mukti is not Pisachi. Which? But Mukti is not which. Who is Bhukti?
Witch.
Huh?
A witch.
Yes. But Bhukti is not a witch. Who is Bhukti? Or Mukti? Bhukti, Mukti, both. He did not write only Mukti. But Bhukti, if you would write as a witch, Vallabhacharya had no complaint. Yes. So if Bhukti, because it is like witch, because it is like witch and it will make you witch also. Why? Kaviraj Goswami confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Pisachi paile jano mati channa hoy. Mayagrasta jibar hoy seva bodhay. He also confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Pisachi paile jano mati channa hoy. Mayagrasta jibar hoy seva bodhay. So who are in materially condition, they are acting like a witch and ghost. So it is normal. But why your uncle wrote Mukti as a Pisachi? It is improper. Why? Who is Mukti? Mukti is servant of Bhakti, made servant of Bhakti. In Padma Purana, if you read, you will find in Padma Purana when Lord Krishna manifested to Bhakti, then to serve Bhakti, Krishna manifested so many servants also. So among so many maid servants, Mukti is one of them. And Krishna gave to Bhakti Devi to Mukti, Siddhi, Riddhi and all the sacred rivers in the form of female form to serve Bhakti Devi. So Mukti is maid servant of Bhakti. How she is a witch? So it is improper. Because Vallabhacharya is also a learned scholar. So he knows this also. So I think it is improper. Then Jiva Goswami said, you think, but I think it is not improper. It is correct. Then Vallabhacharya asked, how? Then Jiva Goswami said, you see the verse. Mukti, Bhukti, Mukti, Spruha, Java. My uncle did not say Mukti is witch. He said Bhukti, Mukti, Spruha. Means the desire to get liberation, that is like witch. But Mukti is not witch. So, there is no mistake at all. Then Vallabhacharya has no reply. Because he could not utter any word, what to reply to Jiva Goswami. Then he became silent. Then he returned. Then what did happen? Maharaj already explained. So I am not going to that. So Jiva Goswami was so learned scholar. even he was able to refute Balbhacharya.
I just wanted to say about that, that although Rupa Goswami apparently was disturbed, that he felt that he had committed offense against this learned scholar. However, actually, this is the duty. He did what was the duty of a Shishya, disciple, to defend his guru. So if we should take advice from our Srila Rupa Jiva Goswami, and also always protect the reputation, the teachings of our guru. In order to do that, we have to actually learn.
Yes.
Incumbent on us.
Yes. Okay. So really, Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami also internally did not reject it. No, did not reject to Jiva Goswami. It was only one pastime to teach us how to honor to the respected persons. But internally he did not reject. It to only because if he did not do this, then in future nobody will respect anyone. Yeah. That's why Rupa Goswami did not desire to become the root cause of disrespect in future for others. Why? Because his qualities, meek and humbleness. Because he was a good follower of, or best follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching is Trunandapi Sunisena Tarapi Saitna Amanina Manandena Kirtanya Sada. So he did not want to disrespect to anyone. What to speak about Balbhacharya? He is a learned scholar. He is a devotee also in other sampradaya. But he was a learned scholar. So he wanted to teach the Vaishnavas how to behave with respected persons. Even Mahaprabhu also did not do. Kesava Kashmir. He came, but Mahaprabhu refuted him in a respectful way. Although he is ignorant disciples, they were trying to joke and laugh at Kesava Kashmir, but Mahaprabhu chastised it and stopped it. So it is not teaching a Mahaprabhu to disrespect anyone. What to disrespect anyone? Even not to any jiva, in any jiva. Lord Krishna spoke in Bhagavad Gita, Jasman nod vijate loko. Means we should not give any tension or any problem to anyone of this material world. Then only we can do bhajan peacefully. As long as we are not making this in our heart, then we cannot be peaceful, we cannot make bhajan peacefully. It does not mean that if someone is becoming agitated or coming in tension himself, then it is his personal weakness. Then we have no problem. But inside our mind, inside our heart, we should not have any desire to give any problem to anyone. Then we have no problem. But if anyone unnecessarily becoming agitated and becoming envious, etc., it is his own weakness. That is no problem. That is not our fault. But intentionally, we should not desire to give any tension to anyone. Then our bhajan will have no offensive, and we will do bhajan peacefully. But one who is giving tension to everyone always, he cannot do bhajan also. Means his heart is not pure. So this is teaching of our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, and at the last moment our acharyas, Guru Vargas. That's why our Guru Vargas, they always pronounce Trunadapi Sunichana Tarapi Saishuna Amanina Manavana Kirtanya Sada. Why? Because we have spontaneous tendency to not to follow this verse. That's why they were reminding again and again. Because if they don't remind, we will forget this immediately. So they were reminding this. So Jiva Goswami compiled all these 6 sandarbhas. He took the essence from Gopal Bhatta Goswami, which was in abbreviated form the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he took this Samandha Jnana, means what is relation of Jiva with Krishna and this material world. So he explained in such a way that it will be very easy to understand. So he compiled 4 sandarbhas only to explain Samandha Jnana. But in Bhagavad it is not so clear. In Bhagavatam, it is said Krishna, Jiva, etc. like this, but not in so detail. But Jiva Goswami, in 4 sandarbhas explain only Sambandha Jnana. But before that, Mayavadis and other Sampradayas, they explaining differently. So what was defect there? Jiva Goswami rectified that all. And he put in 4 sandarbhas, that is called Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, then Paramatma Sandarbha, at last in Krishna Sandarbha, all in detail, in perfect condition. What is the relationship of Krishna and Jiva? Then after relation, the next step is Abhidaya, means devotion. So for devotion he compiled particular Sandarbha, that is called Bhakti Sandarbha, which is Abhidaya Tattva. Then what is our necessity, Prayojana? Then Priti Sandarbha. So he did all these, and now all Sampradayas, they are studying Jiva Goswami's scriptures, and I have been listening many years also from other Sampradaya when they are giving lectures, including Mayavadis also. Jiva Goswami ने ऐसे बोला है. In Hindi, I am saying Jiva Goswami ने ऐसे बोला है. Means Jiva Goswami said this, like this. They are quoting. Jiva Goswami ने भक्ति संदर्भ में ऐसे बोला है. Jiva Goswami ने गोपाल चंपू में ऐसे बोला है. Means Jiva Goswami spoke in Gopal Chumpu like this. Jiva Goswami spoke in Bhakti Sandarbha this. Tattva Sandarbha like this. So all the Sampradayas are quoting this, taking the remnant of Jiva Goswami now. So he made very strong, what he said, to side of the river, embankment, so that no dust, no contamination go to the water. Otherwise it can break. The bank can break and the flow can be contaminated. Like when any rainfall coming or any flood coming, river is contaminated. So due to Jiva Goswami, now we are able to understand the teachings of Rupa Goswami, what is pure devotion. For example, Anya Bhila Sita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulyena Krishnanusilanam Bhakti Rutam. Vishwanath Chakra, Rupa Goswami only spoke this, he did not make any commentary on this. Only he spoke this verse. So if you study only Rupa Goswami, you cannot understand this. What is pure bhakti? What is the deepest meaning? For to understand this, you need sufficient Sanskrit knowledge. Otherwise, you cannot understand this. Only Anya Bhilachita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulyena Krishnanusilanam Bhakti Rutam. This verse has very deepest meaning. Unless you have Sanskrit knowledge, you cannot understand what is Anya Bhilasita. Without Sanskrit knowledge, what is the meaning of Anya Bhilasita cannot be known. Because Rupa Goswami did not clarify. Only he spoke Anya Bhilasita Sunyam. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami, they made commentary on this verse. And they used the word, what is the meaning of Anya Bhilasita and Anya Bhilasa. So Jiva Goswami made Durgama Sangamintika and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Saratha Varsinitika. So by these two commentaries, we are able to understand Bhakti Svarūp Sindhu in detail. What is the deepest meaning?
Bindu also.
Huh?
Bindu.
This is not commentary. This is separate book. Okay. This is not by Jiva Goswami. No, this is by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He compiled 3 scriptures. One is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu. Second is Sri Bhagavata Mrita Kana. Third is Ujjvala Nilamani Kirana. 18 holo Bindu Kirana Kana. 18 Vaishnavara Pana. Understood this meaning? Bindu Kirana Kana. 18 Vaishnavara Pana.
The life of the Vaishnava.
Huh?
These 3 books are the life of the Vaishnava.
Pana means
Pana.
yes.
Food.
That's right.
Bindu, Kirana, Kana. 18 Vaishnavara Pana. These 3 are the one drink,
Drinking.
drinking, what is tasty drink?
Tasty drink.
Very tasty drink.
Amrita.
Amrita like.
Nectar.
Nourishment.
Nectar.
Like lassi is different, but pana, like we are making so many different juice. So, like,
Soma. Soma
Huh?
ras. Soma
yes,
ras.
even more than that.
More than.
Yes. So, if Vaishnavas, they will drink this, like when we are drinking the pana or lassi or any sweet drink, or which drink is delicious, very sweet and tasty, we are getting nourishment, feeling happiness, and mind become very happy. Similarly, if these three books we will read, then we will feel like drinking the pana. So these three are very important in small form, but essence are there.
So this is the commentary on
No,
Bhakti Svarūp
no,
or another
no.
one also?
Another.
Which
This is
also
on commentary is Sarata-tattva.New.
um,
But he made commentary for each verse. But this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu
condensed.
condensed form. Like from the ocean of milk of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he made this is butter,
Barfi.
burfi, burfi like.
Condensed.
Yeah, condensed. But very sweet. Yeah. So if you study also, you will feel that. I also when I studied, which is very difficult to find in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, but you can get only this in small book easily in few minutes. I felt that also. For to search which I took long time in Bhagavatam by studying commentaries, that I got within half an hour. Yes. Yes. Yes, because to know that I studied this all commentaries and went till 10th canto and all, and it took long time, few months. After that, when I 1-2 years I took that to get that. But when I was reading all these three, then within half an hour, because within half an hour you can finish one book, if you are an efficient reader. Yes, within half an hour you can finish one.
We must have this book.
Yes.
We have one of
We
them.
already Gurudev printed, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bhakti
Bindu
Rasamrita
is
Sindhu
Bindu is there. Bindu is there.
Others are there in Hindi.
Yeah, others are in Hindi.
I don't think
They're
Kiran is
available in
Huh?
English, but not very good.
Kiran?
You read them all.
They're all
Not very good.
Gurudev printed in English is Bindu.
Bindu.
And
Bindu.
Bhagavata Kona? No.
Yeah.
Only, huh? Bhagavata Kona also?
It was one of his priorities.
Ah.
These three books.
Ah.
He has done in Hindi.
In Hindi.
In Hindi.
Why? If you read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, you will get essence of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
And
Very easily.
And Bhagavatam.
And Bhagavatam Kona, the essence of Brihad Bhagavatam and Laghu Bhagavatam, both. Especially Laghu Bhagavatam. You will get the essence. And Ujjwal Ninamani, essence is Ujjwal Ninamani Kirana. Kona.
Actually, Vishwanath Chakravarti, he composed this when he was very young.
Yes.
Without,
Yes.
he did not have taken initiation yet. Already he wrote.
Because when he was at home and already he was studying.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, Jiva Goswami also made many commentaries. Even for you see, Jiva Goswami knows Rupa Goswami's heart. Only to protect him, Jiva Goswami did this. Philosophically did. Why? Otherwise, in future, people will contaminate the pure river of devotion. So, Jiva Goswami protected Rupa Goswami's purity, which he compiled in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjwal Nilamani Kirana, and Ujjwal Nilamani, Vidagdhamada, Lalitamada, all his scriptures, Jiva Goswami protected. That's why he wrote commentary in all. For Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he wrote Ujjwal, what is it? Durgama Sangamani Tika. Durgama Sangamani Tika. So he gave very good name also. Durgama Sangamani. Durga means which is very difficult to go inside.
Like a fort.
Durgama, huh?
Fort.
Like fort. Not easy to enter. So he made qualified others to enter through his commentary. Durgama. So so we should try to understand Jiva Goswami also. If Jiva Goswami would not come, it was a problem for Rupa Goswami's literature. Yes. In future, there was chance of contamination because many people may write different.
Because
Yeah.
also it was so high.
Huh?
Because
Yeah,
it was so
very
high.
high.
No, it was rasa also.
Rasa,
Rasa, high,
rasa
rasa,
also.
very high.
High also, but rasa also.
Right.
And if in rasa, for example, in sweet rice, if you put something in neem or salt, lost everything. Spoiled. Sweet rice is very tasty. But if you put one drop of more salt, neem or salt, then your all handover of preparing 1 hour, 2 hour of sweet rice will lost. Because to prepare sweet rice you take long time.
Right.
But to destroy this, you take only one moment. Yes.
Or if you burn it.
Yes. So, Jivosai knows this. Jivosai knows this, that in future this will happen. So, I will not let this. And that desire of Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami, now we are feeling. He made a strong embankment to the flow of pure devotion introduced by Rupa Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that till now no any non-bona fide sampradaya, what to speak of bona fide sampradaya, have courage to refute Jiva Goswami. All are they are taking now remnants of Jiva Goswami and quoting, Jiva Goswami ने बोला है ऐसा. Pankaj Prabhu understand Hindi. Yes. So Jiva Goswami spoke like this, and I am personal witness. Even I listen from Mayavadis that they are quoting. Yes. Mayavadis also they are quoting Jiva Goswami. What to speak other sampradaya? I had Ramanuja sampradayas. I had Ramanandi sampradaya also quoted Jiva Goswami से बोला है. Yes. Jiva Goswami spoke this.
Can you say Sanatana Goswami's writings had the same role then? To support Rupa Goswami's, protect Rupa Goswami's writings?
Yes. But what is, he was a senior. Sanatana Goswami was a senior. So his role was different. But Jiva Goswami was junior under his guidance. So he was acting like as a servant of him. Disciple. But Sanatana Goswami paid attention for Mahaprabhu's instruction to keep the proper respect.
But all were doing
Yeah.
it.
But all were doing together.
Nana Shastra Vishnu.
Yeah. So all together did. But what Mahaprabhu instruct to whom, to which service they did. But Jiva Goswami took the remnant of both. Why? Because he was junior to both. So Sanatana Goswami could have done this also, but to keep his respect, so that people may not think Rupa Goswami is not respectful or not humble. So Sanatana Goswami knowingly he did not do this. But in Nitya Lila, Sanatana Goswami doing this. Eternal pastime.
Here all have
Huh?
different responsibilities.
Yeah, because here different is because Siddha Sadhaka Rupena. Seva Sadhaka Rupena, Siddha Rupena Tatrai. Tattat Bhav Lipsuna. Karja Braja Lokanu Sarata.
So in Nitya Leela, Rupa Manjari
Rupa Manjari is prominent.
Prominent.
But in Sadhaka, Sanatana Goswami is a senior god brother, a senior brother. So he has some respect also. So he will follow completely Rupa Goswami. Mundane people and ignorant people, we cannot understand him.
And Mahaprabhu has given
Different responsibility. That's why he did not write many things. Whatever Mahaprabhu instructed him, he did this only. He said particularly Vaishnava Sadachara Pranayam. Yeah. And Lupta Tirtha Udhar. And Hari Bhakti Vilas. He particular order he did that. But for Rupa Goswami he spoke so many instructions. Briefly. So externally, not to bring the ignorant people for disrespecting to Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, knowingly he played what Mahaprabhu instructed him. But internal mood is to help Rupa Goswami. Why? Prominent is Rupa Manjari in eternal pastime. So all Manjaris are under his guidance, under her guidance. So internal mood is to help Rupa Goswami. But external he did not do. Why? He did not write so many scriptures. How Jiva Goswami did. How many commentary you will find Sanatana Goswami compiled for Rupa Goswami? Tell. No proof. You will not find any proof that Sanatana Goswami made a commentary on Rupa Goswami's scripture. No proof. But you will find so many huge quantity of proof. Jiva Goswami. Why? He was junior in both considerations, in Nitya and in Prakat Leela also. So he did this. But internally, Sanatana Goswami also nourishing to Rupa Goswami and helping to Rupa Goswami's service. But externally he was protecting his post, so that people will not misunderstand Rupa Goswami and will not think that Rupa Goswami was not humble. Yes. So that's why in Siddha there are different role and different mood. In Sadhaka there are different role. In Sadhaka there Sanatana Goswami playing different role. In Siddha there are different role. So Jiva Goswami did his commentary to Rupa Goswami's almost all scriptures. You see, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, Bhakti Rasamachandra, he made commentary Durgama Sangamani. Durgama means Dukhena Gantum Jagya Durgama, which is very difficult to enter. Like fort. In fort you cannot enter easily. Similarly, where in which place it is very difficult to enter inside in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Jiva Goswami opened the gate to enter. Sangamani. Durgama means difficult to go or enter. And Sangamani means Samyak Gamani, which is easy to go. Very easy to go. Through his commentary. So, he explained what is the meaning of this verse. What is the meaning of this word. So, he put his name Durgama Sangamani Tika. Then he wrote commentary to Ujjwal Nilmani also he wrote Lochana Rochini Tika. And he wrote commentary to Rupa Goswami's other Stavamala also. He wrote commentary. He wrote almost many commentary for Rupa Goswami's scriptures. So, even he compiled for all Vaishnavas Harinama Amrita Vyakarana, by which you can know Sanskrit grammar very easily and no waste of time. Yes, no waste of time. But if you study other grammar, other Sanskrit grammar like Panini or Saraswata, Panini grammar, Saraswata grammar, Kalapa grammar, Supadam grammar, Mugdhapada grammar. So many grammars are there. Mahaprabhu studied these. All. And Jiva Goswami also studied all these. Jiva Goswami studied all these. And after studying, he took the essence by which how you can know all Sanskrit grammars briefly. And during the studying of Sanskrit, how your time will not be wasted. He related with you all the names of or definition of the Sanskrit grammar or words of the all grammar related with Krishna. For example, that's why in Mangalacharana of Sanskrit grammar compiled by Jiva Goswami, which is called Harinamamrita Vyakarana, he wrote at the Mangalacharana. Krishna mupasitumasya nama valim tanavai paritam vitam vetesam tat sahityadi jamudam. Krishna mupasitumasya. Why I am going to compile Harinamamrita Vyakarana? To worship Krishna, not to only increase Sanskrit knowledge. Krishna Upasita. During study of Sanskrit grammar also, the worshipping of Krishna will be done. It will become Krishna's bhajan. That's why if you study Harinamrita Vyakarana, automatically it is your bhajan. It is like studying the scripture, not studying the grammar. Why? All the words are related with Krishna. But if you study Panini and others, you have to spend some time for this. Waste only, some time. How long you will study, you have to waste some time. Because so many words which are not related with the Lord. But in Harinamrita Vyakarana, all are related to Lord. How it is, I will explain. Because I have studied both. So what is the difference I know. So I am giving one example. if you study alphabets, in alphabet it is called in Sanskrit, according to Panini, the vowels is called
Vowel.
vowel. Huh?
Vowels.
Huh? Vowel.
Vowel.
Vowel. Huh?
Vowel.
Okay.
Like V. Braj.
Okay.
Like Braj. Vowel.
Okay. Vowel.
Vowel.
No.
V-O-W.
Huh?
Vowel.
Vowel.
What?
Vowel.
Vowel.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So in English it is vowel. But in okay, vowel. Okay. Then in Sanskrit, according to Panini, anyone remember?
Shwara.
Achyuta?
Oh, actually, who is? He studied
He's
Sanskrit.
also.
Who?
Oh.
Yeah, Achyuta. He's Pandit.
Pandit.
Achyuta.
Jiva Goswami.
In Achyuta is Sanskrit scholar.
Yeah.
So,
He studied Sanskrit.
so what is in Panini?
Since you know.
To vowels.
Shwara.
Ach. 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 Only Ach. Ach. Yes. Only two alphabets. Ach. Then you can know 14 alphabets altogether. If you study anywhere as Ach only, then you should know that 14 alphabets. A, A, E, U, Ri, Li, A, I, O, Au. 14. A. But in English no different thing. But in Sanskrit different. A, E, 2 E. So one is stress, that is dirgha. U, Ri. In Odisha they pronounce Ru. So Ri, Li. Then A, I, O, Au. So all 14. So Panini made this abbreviation as Ach. If you say Ach, then you should understand all these. But what is Jiva Goswami made? Tatrado Chaturdasa Sarveswara. Tatrado Chaturdasa Sarveswara. Means Jiva Goswami did not write Ach because Ach is waste of time. Yes. No meaning coming. Like material word. So Jiva Goswami said, if we study this grammar, how our time will not waste. It will become bhajan. Then he used Sarveswar. And for each word, Rasva means which has no stress when pronouncing, like A. And when you are stressing, then A, dirgha. Similarly, Jiva Goswami said, Panini said, Rasva. And for stressing, dirgha. But Jiva Goswami said, Vamana. Today is Vaman Dev. Bol Vaman Dev Bhagwan ki jai. So Jiva Goswami did not say Rasva. Jiva Goswami said Vamana. And when stressing, then Jiva Goswami said Trivikrama. Yes. Bol Trivikram Bhagwan ki jai. So studying Harinam means studying scripture and chanting Lord's name. So that is not waste of time. So like this, Jiva Goswami, how he is so merciful. How Jiva Goswami is so merciful for our future and for our benefit, which Rupa Goswami, due to lack of time, he did not do and left for Jiva Goswami. So that's why, being pleased by Jiva Goswami's service, Radharani gave the opportunity for us to study. And giving the opportunity, and our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he printed this, which is compiled by Jiva Goswami, this Harinamrita. So all Vaishnavas, they were studying only Harinamrita Vyakaran. When Prabhupada was there, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Yes.
Even now in Bengali schools.
Now in Bengali schools also, Harinamrita Vyakaran is being taught. Yes. So this is the gift of Jiva Goswami. So what is time now?
7:05.
So we will go to Radharani now.
Yes.
Because Jiva Goswami is many glories are going. And Jiva Goswami glories are endless ocean. So on his appearance we should touch something. So these are nothing, only hints.
And he is internal servant of
Yes,
Radharani.
yes, internal servant of Radharani also. So when we will discuss Radharani, then Radharani and he will also be happy. Because she is made servant of Radharani. Before Maharaj said, Bilas Manjari. So now we will conclude Jiva Goswami's glorification. So Jiva Goswami, he came to Vrindavan, then took initiation from Rupa Goswami, then studied all scriptures under guidance of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. But before he studied also Vedanta, etc., philosophical topics from Madhusudana Vatsaswati in Kashi about Darshan Shastras like Vedanta, Nyaya, all these. Because he was very learned scholar on Vedanta. Madhusudana Vatsaswati, who was a disciple of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. But now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became Vaishnava by blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he taught to Madhusudana Vatsaswati, and from him Jiva Goswami learned all philosophical topics. But about Rasa, transcendental mellows, Jiva Goswami learned from Rupa Goswami. So Jiva Goswami knows also all. But he did not exhibit in the past time. Why? Already for Rasacharya, Mahaprabhu chose to Rupa Goswami. So he wanted to preserve the respect of Rupa Goswami. Otherwise, Jiva Goswami knows whenever any contamination or any non-bona fide philosophy coming and trying to refute Rupa Goswami's this transcendental mellows, then he is cutting that. So no one is able to refute him. That's why other sampradayas also they are bound to follow. And nowadays I am looking, all sampradayas they are giving the proof of Jiva Goswami. Even I saw all sampradayas, big sadhus, very prominent sadhus, they are giving quotation of Jiva Goswami's different scriptures. So this is the gift of Jiva Goswami. So he compiled so many scriptures about which we briefly discussed. Now we will discuss about Radharani. And now which topic we are going to discuss, this is the highest one. Yes. You cannot find any topic more than this. No.
That's why we select.
Yes. That's why Gaurasundar also selected.
Yes.
Yes.
Today he must listen.
So Gaurasundar Prabhu has no complaint now.
Coming after Radhastami.
Yeah.
That's
Coming. Yes.
Following Radhastami.
Yeah. So after Radhastami, Radharani appeared and blessed thee. So after this Radha-tattva, there is no tattva superior to this. Don't think that I am only speaking. This is proof. You study Goswami scriptures and Chaitanya Charitamrita also. When Rai Ramananda was speaking and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking, then Mahaprabhu said, Eho Baho, Eho Baho, Eho Baho, means this is external, this is external. Then Rai Ramananda was speaking. Then Mahaprabhu said, Eho Hayo, Hayo, means yes it is, it is. Then Mahaprabhu was, yes it is okay. Then he spoke, at last he spoke, Gopis, Prems are superior. Then Mahaprabhu said, yes, Gopis devotion, Gopis Prems are superior. But you speak more than that. When Mahaprabhu asked, what speak more than that. Then what was Rai Ramananda's reply, you know? There is no one in this material world who can ask more than this. No one more than this. No one is here in this material who can ask more than this. You are asking means you are not any ordinary person. So, Rai Ramananda caught hold of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you are not a competition, you are a competition sannyasi. You are not a sannyasi. You are only making drama. You are not real sannyasi.
You that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So about this I was speaking one story, but today I will not speak. We have no time because it will take maybe possible tomorrow I can speak. So really Rai Ramananda caught hold, like policeman catching the thief and arresting. Similarly, Mahaprabhu was a thief. How Mahaprabhu was a thief, if possible we can discuss tomorrow. And how Raya Raman caught hold, arrested him, and on the bank of Godavari. So, there...
But tomorrow may never come.
Yeah.
Tomorrow may never come.
Trust no future, however certain.
Oh, yeah. So you huh? I think come tomorrow. Or if you want, I can speak now.
Little.
Huh?
Something.
Something.
He
Briefly.
wants to tell the whole thing.
Huh?
You want to tell full?
Yeah,
or-
I want to speak whole.
Yeah, then tomorrow we
You can
continue.
give summary
Yeah.
and then go in deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, if I can summary only, no need to detail that. Okay. Means, when Krishna wanted to know the three things which all of you know, because Gurudev was always paying attention for this. So this verse is very famous, especially in Gurudev's song, Sangha. That is, Radha-ya, Sri Radha-ya, Pranaya Mahima, Kidrusava, Anayava, Spadya, Jena, Dhuta, Madhurima, Kidrusava, Madhyava, Kidrusava, Saukyam Chasya, Madanubhavata, Kidrusam, Betilova, Tat Bhavadya, Samadani, Sachi Garva Sindhu, Harindu. Sri Radha-ya, Pranaya Mahima, Kidrusava. What is Radharani's glorious of Pranaya? Krishna tried to know, could not know. Why? Because in Krishna form it is impossible to understand. In only Radha form it is able to understand. So Krishna could not know. And how beautiful Krishna was, he could not know about himself also. About Radharani he could not know, it was justified. Because it was others' property. But about Krishna also, he wanted to know about his beauty. How I am beautiful. Krishna wanted to know. But Krishna could not know also. Why? This is also not Krishna's property. This is devotee's property. Krishna, for example, Rasagolla or Gulab Jamun. All of you understand this.
We can understand this.
So, Rasagolla, how sweet Rasagolla is, Rasagolla cannot understand. Cannot taste. Who is eating, he can relish the sweetness of Rasagolla. Rasagolla cannot relish the sweetness. Similarly, how beautiful Krishna is, Krishna cannot relish. Who will see Krishna, devotee can relish the sweetness. And how highest relishment is tasted by Radharani. So, Krishna wanted to know, he could not know also. And Saukyam Chasya Madanubhavata Kidrusam Betilova. And why Radharani is loving me? What kind of happiness Radharani relishing, Krishna wanted to know. Tried 11 years in Vrindavan. Not I am going detail. Because several times we spoke this. And
No success. After 11 years.
Yes. After 11 years also, no success. We are saying approximately 11 years, but not exactly 11. And to find this I took 2 years through Bhagavatam. But by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, this Kona, Bindu, I got very quickly.
10 years.
Yes.
8 months.
10 years, you remember that? Yes. 10 years, 8 months. 10 years, 8 months. So it is almost taken approximately 11 years. Because only 4 months lacking. So 11 years he tried to his best, he could not know. Then he went to Mathura. And in Mathura he tried to know. But stayed 14 years, could not know. Why? Because when he was in Mathura and he was trying to know, he could not stay peacefully. Why? After going to Mathura, immediately tension started. Why? Jarasandha started attacking Mathura. So if you are trying to know or studying, but if some enemy will come to attack your house, how you can study? Impossible. When you know that enemy is coming to attack you, then you will prepare yourself how to protect. So you will close your book first. You cannot know. Similarly, this condition was in Krishna in Mathura. So he could not know. If one time fighting, this was different. But
All the time.
Continuously, whole 11, 14 years, one after other, till 17 time, 18 time also, Jarasandha attacked. So Krishna could not stay peacefully in Mathura, so there also he could not release, could not know these three things. Then he went to Dwaraka. In Dwaraka also he was 100 years, but he could not know. At last Krishna thought how to know this, but he could not know. At last, after going Golok Vrindavan, because as long as he was here, he could not release. And tried, due to tension also he could not know. Then when he went to Golok Vrindavan, some peace came, because no more tension like here. So there also he tried to his best, he could not know. There again he tried. In Golok Vrindavan also he tried, but he could not know. At last, he decided, by myself it is impossible. Then he wanted to steal. He wanted to steal this. And he stole. What is the golden opportunity to steal, you know? Tell me.
When someone's not looking.
Yes, but when?
Not
At
sleeping.
night.
Huh?
At night.
Sleeping time.
Sleeping.
When you least expect it.
That time also difficult. When one is sleeping, that time he is locking. You cannot steal.
There's nothing home.
Yeah.
And someone is not at home.
No, that is also not convenient. Because when
locking
people are
the
sleeping,
door.
they know that
Right.
the thief will come, so they are locking.
Unconscious,
Huh?
fainted, unconscious.
Fainted also, you are locking.
When they're right next to you and they least expect
Huh?
it.
When you become best friends and you don't trust. No.
Best friend also you cannot steal.
When someone allows you to steal,
Yes.
then only.
Yeah. Because best friend can give also sometimes. Or you may not think to steal because friend will misunderstand.
Yeah.
Your friends you will lose.
Lose
You
friendship.
lose.
Lose
Yeah.
friendship.
Yeah.
When the other
So
person
that is not a completely proper.
when the other person is distracted.
Giving consent.
When the other person allows
Huh.
you to steal, then only.
Yes.
But then it
Yes.
doesn't
When
become
allows,
stealing.
then when other person allows, then it is not stealing.
That's right. Yeah.
That's not stealing. Right. That's not
But
stealing.
he may think I'm stealing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
When a mad woman is throwing things off the building, take it quickly.
So when throwing you are taking, so it is not stealing. It is allowed to take.
Allowed.
Already I spoke beginning.
When they're not there.
Huh?
When they're not there. Stealing from them when
Then
they're
locking.
Then locking. When you are not there, you are locking and going. So that is not considering as a stealing.
Someone says here, when someone pretends to sleep.
No. No.
Someone's
distracted.
Like trickery.
Huh?
Trickery.
हाँ?
England.
पैखाना जाएगा तो वो लॉक करेगा ना. You speak in English, all can understand.
So we go to restroom, then you know.
Yeah.
No, no. That's in you.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Not that good English.
No
Bad.
listening sound gun.
Disguise.
Again?
They pretend to be that person. They disguise.
No.
But the question is, when is the best time to
Ah,
sleep?
No,
yeah.
how?
That's the question.
Yeah.
When and how?
Yes.
Apparently none of us are good thieves.
Yeah.
When the person is there, but their mind is somewhere else.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes. Now, Buddha said, but still,
Yeah.
but what is that incident?
Separation.
In
No, when she's in ecstatic, when someone's happy or ecstatic, at that time you take.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
At that time you take.
yes. So, what is that time?
Worship when she's
No.
worshiping like the temple.
That one time it Prem Sarovara. Like that.
Yes, possible.
Something like that.
Yes, but particular place.
Intoxicated.
Yes, intoxicated. What you can lock that time.
like pickpocket. Like pickpocket. When the embrace is there, but then the hand goes into the pocket.
But then you risk
Pickpocket.
losing that
Yes,
relationship.
yes, that's also possible. But what is the best occasion to steal easily?
On a dark moon night.
Huh? But only one occasion in which you can easily steal without any problem.
During a party.
Yeah, party.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Yes.
Birthday.
Party or any festival.
Festival.
Yeah. In festival time, for example.
Oh,
For example,
so many
festival.
thieves in
Yeah.
the festival.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, they always be
Festival
careful.
time is appropriate time
Yeah.
to steal something.
Festival.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't look, don't look.
Yeah.
It's a festival.
When we are dancing, then
Yeah.
it is better.
Yeah. Yeah, dancing time is better.
Rasa Leela.
Yeah.
These come to
So, Rasalila time is best time to
I
steal.
was going to say Rasa.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. Because when you are busy in festival, for example, I will give example of here. So now we are here in festival and all are here engaged. And now all are allowed to enter inside. Because we are invited, all invited.
Open door.
Open the door. So you cannot pay attention to all your thing, belongings.
Yes.
So if someone comes, takes also, you cannot say anything to anyone. And you cannot know who stole. Because this is the best occasion to steal. That's why, especially in India, you will find, when big festivals, you will find so many thieves.
Yes, it's true, like in Kartik.
Yeah, Kartik. Yeah, yeah.
All your shoes are
Yeah,
gone.
even
Yeah.
shoes are going. What to speak? Valuable gem.
Passport.
Yeah, passport,
Monkey-
everything.
Monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Laptop.
Yeah. Similarly, the Krishna was also finding what is the best time to steal Radharani's this property, by which I can understand all these. In Rasa dance, Radharani was very busy. So, and there, like, we are busy in so many people. In Rasa dance also many. So, when you are many people, then it is very difficult to understand who is stealing. Then Krishna stole from that place. Radharani's bodily complexion and mood and run away. When run away, then Radharani could not feel that, what she was feeling before. Then immediately stopped. Then Radharani stopped the dancing. Then Lalita, Vishakha, they asked, what did happen to you? Then Radharani said, oh Lalita, oh Vishakha, I am not feeling like before. Then what did happen to you? Then Radharani said, something stole something from me. So I am feeling like empty. Then who stole? But I don't know. Then you have to search. Who is the thief here? Then, like if someone is stealing here, then immediately we are informing to police. Then police, they are going to investigate. Where is that thief? And after investigation, they are catching the police, thief and arresting. Similarly, now the police commissioner is Lalita. Police commissioner is Lalita, because after stealing, the thief ran away. And they could not find any Vrindavan to him. Then Lalita is in the form of commander-in-chief of police or police commissioner. She started running to catch that thief, but she could not. She started searching. At last, in the form of police commissioner as Svarūp Damodar, he caught to Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. But there, he could not know clearly. He saw him. Sometime, you see, there are thieves are there, but police are unable to understand him. Because thieves are changing the dress, so that you cannot know he is a thief. For this, you need a very big training and many helper of other people who can help you. If they say that he is a thief, then you can get. Sometimes police need the help of neighbors and local people. Otherwise, thief is going in front of police, but he cannot know. This is happening. That's why police are taking long time to catch the criminal, witness also. So similarly, Svarūp Damodara, who was Lalita herself, came in Jagannath Puri, and the thief in the form of Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri, but could not know, could not catch and arrest. Then he searched, Radharani sent other policeman, who is very expert to catch. She is Vishakha. So Vishakha came in the form of Rai Ramananda. And now Vishaka, in the form of Raya Ramananda, he was searching, but could not find. At last, now, when he was on the bank of river Godavari for 10 days, like policemen also when finding and taking information from different persons, and they are one person giving in one information, then going to other person, then he also giving some information. Like this, Raya Ramananda collected so many information. And one phone call from Svarūp Bhattacharya also. Like local people, when they know, oh, criminal is here, they are calling to police. Oh, now I was looking the criminal here. So you can stop on the way, because now he crossed this way. So he is going to forward. So on the way you can stop him. Then police are becoming careful and arresting. Similarly, when Svarūp Bhattacharya called to Raya Ramananda that now Mahaprabhu is going, so you should meet him on the bank of Godavari. And Mahaprabhu also was ordered by Chaitanya Svarūp Bhattacharya to meet with him. So when by the arrangement of Svarūp Bhattacharya, they met each other on the bank of river Godavari, then they started discussing. After discussion of this, when Raya Ramananda was speaking that Gopipram is highest, after that Mahaprabhu asked that what is more than that? Then Raya Ramananda said, there is no one who can ask more than this. In this material world, it is impossible to anyone who can ask more than this. It means you are not these material people. You are not ordinary. You are not a sannyasi. Only you are disguised yourself. So you are not a sannyasi. Then Raya Ramananda arrested. You are not a sannyasi. You are a thief. So you disguised yourself as a sannyasi. You manifest your original form. Then Mahaprabhu was bound to appear in the form of Rasaraj and Mahabhava. Bol Rasaraj Svarūp ki jai. Bol Mahabhava Svarūpini Srimati Radha Rani ki jai. There Raya Ramananda was able to understand that Krishna himself Mahaprabhu. So there Radharani got the valuable gem which was stolen by Krishna. And Raya Ramananda arrested and brought. Now, like when police is arresting to a criminal, then criminal is not independent anymore. Then he is under the custody of police. So now also Raya Ramananda said, now you are not free. We should go meet in Puri and you should stay in Puri only. You cannot travel anymore.
House arrest.
Yes, there we will discuss. Whatever we will say, you have to do. So, like when police is arresting criminal, he cannot do anything. Whatever police will say, criminal will do. Similarly, whatever Svarūpa Damodar and Raya Ramananda, they were speaking, Mahaprabhu was following. So Mahaprabhu was under control of Raya Ramananda and Svarūpa Damodar also. So like this, Mahaprabhu fulfilled, like in Brajamandal, Krishna, when doing pastime, and Radharani also doing pastime, Lalita and Vishaka, they are helping. Similarly, here Raya Ramananda and Svarūpa Damodar helped to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to release the sweetness of Radharani and to fulfill three desires of Krishna, which he could not fulfill in Dwapara Yuga, and he himself in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu form also could not. Without help of Raya Ramananda also he was unable to. Till now, he was only dancing in Navadip. Only he was dancing, etc. But he was not releasing this. Because without help of Lalita and Vishaka, Radha Krishna's pastime is incomplete. It will not be perfect. Because like Krishna is energetic and Radharani is energy. So both are necessary to perform the pastime. Similarly, only Radha Krishna also not so blissful to do the pastime without help of Lalita and Vishaka. Why? If more and more, then releasement will be more. Like if very big house, only one person, then happiness is less. If family members are staying, then happiness will be more. Similarly, without help of Chaitanya, Raya Ramananda and Svarūpa Damodar, Mahaprabhu's releasement was also not complete. That's why to like Vishakha is Shiksha Guru. Vishakha is giving teaching. Although Radharani is teaching to Krishna. But Radharani also learning from Vishakha and Lalita. And if necessary, Lalita is chastising to Radharani. When Radharani is excusing, sometimes when Radharani is coming in man, but Krishna is coming to beg forgiveness. Oh Radharani, I have committed a mistake, please excuse me. Then Radharani is very soft hearted. So when she is trying to excuse, then if Lalita is there, it is difficult to excuse. Lalita, no, you don't excuse. He is a hypocrite, you get out from him. You get out, don't excuse. So like this, Lalita can chastise. So this chastisement is nourishing to the pastime of Radha Krishna. So if Lalita Vishakha will not present, then nourishment of Radha Krishna will be minimized. So the presence of Lalita Vishakha and other Manjaris also, it is nourishing the sweetness of Radha Krishna's pastime. Similarly, when Mahaprabhu was alone, he was only performing Sankirtan, not relishing all these. When he met Rai Ramananda and Svarūpa Damodar, then that relishment started. Like in Brajamandal, when Lalita Vishakha are present, then they are arranging all the pastimes of Radha Krishna. The custodian of Radha Krishna's pastime is Lalita. At which place, what will happen, what time, who will do what kind of service, all are organized by Lalita Sakhi. So without her permission, without her blessing, we have no qualification to do Radha Krishna service. What to speak about to attending them or going there? We cannot get. Without the approval of Lalita Sakhi, we have no qualification to enter. So, because Radha Krishna handed over all responsibility to Lalita Sakhi, who will do which service. So, if Lalita brings someone and say to Radha Krishna that now this new Sakhi came, then Radharani immediately accept. That's why we need Lalita Sakhi's blessing. That's why prior to Radharani's appearance, Lalita is appearing. To make the background and foundation stronger. To make us qualified. By her blessing. Like before appearance of Krishna, Baladev Prabhu is appearing. If Baladev Prabhu will not appear, Jiva will be unqualified to attend Krishna. So Baladev Prabhu making all the foundation in which the Baddha Jiva can construct the building of Prem to release. Similarly, prior to Radharani, Lalita Sakhi is appearing. So Radharani is one synonym. What is that name? You know? Anuradha. Anuradha means Anu Gatsati Radhaya Jasa Anuradha. Anu Gatsati Radhaya Jasa Anuradha. One who is always following to Radharani. She is Anuradha. So Anuradha means Lalita. So Rupa Goswami said, Lalita Sarva Sakhi Variyasi Varishta Sapta Vinsati Vasari. Rupa Goswami said that Lalita Sakhi is senior to Radharani. Senior to Radharani. How many days? Sapta Vinsati Vasari. 27 days. 27 days senior to Radharani. And what is the complexion of Lalita Sakhi?
Golden.
Gorochana. What is Gorochana?
The
White, yellow, golden.
Golden.
which comes when the Swati Nakshatra rain falls on the hoof of a cow.
Yes.
Gai, Deshi Gai.
Like a golden color.
Yes.
Maharaji,
Right? More gold.
you said Lalita Sakhi is 27 days senior to Radharani.
Yeah.
How come we observe Lalita Saptami the day before Radha-Ashtami?
Not this year it was one day, not every year.
Different kalpa.
Different kalpa, okay.
Yeah. This kalpa and this is not looking appropriate.
Not every kalpa is the
Yeah, different. Like Radharani, some kalpa appearing in Rabal, other kalpa appearing in Vasana. Yeah.
But always older.
Huh?
Always older, even
Yeah.
if just one day.
Yes, but older is there.
Oh, older.
Senior too.
Jiva Goswami has explained that. The Titi.
Yeah. Yeah, Krishna Janma is not everything. So now,
Can I ask?
huh?
You were mentioning that Mahaprabhu fulfilled his 3 desires in Puri with Sridhara and Rai Ramananda. But it has also been said, and I've heard, that in Srivas Angam, during those kirtans, that Mahabhav was also experienced at that time. Madanakin Mahabhav. That's so. What was lacking in Navadvip in Srivas Angam?
Yes,
Mahabhav was manifested.
but
there.
it was only, he was feeling inside.
Yes, Gurudev said that also.
He was feeling inside only.
Not externally.
Not external, nobody was able to know. But when he came, it became external, visual to everyone.
But he was feeling.
Huh?
Mahaprabhu was feeling.
Yes.
Feeling, but no one was able to know. Not disclosed. Yes.
But
He was only feeling inside.
But then he did experience
Huh?
that. He did
Yes,
experience that. in
did
Navadvip.
experience, but when no one was there to certify.
No one was there. What?
To certify.
Certified.
To
Certify.
Yeah.
Witness.
Witness.
Does he need certification?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because otherwise, how
No
he
one
can
will
realize?
know.
If someone should say, for example, when you are going to do some job of government job, then someone should certify and give the certificate. Then only he will employ you.
If you want to hire someone,
Yeah.
you have to certify
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. If you have no certificate, then he will not give the job.
So, no one else felt this speciality besides Mahaprabhu?
No.
But isn't everything in Navadvip more like Vrindavan? Everything is
Everything
there?
is there.
But
Yes.
Not manifesting.
The Gurudev said the same
Yeah.
thing. It is
Yeah.
Not
Not
manifesting.
manifesting.
Internal.
Inside.
Like, yeah.
Internal.
Yeah, inside is there.
But in
Because
Puri,
that-
then everything
yeah.
became revealed.
Yes, because that is
Certified.
like
That's
opulence. For example, opulence is in Vrindavan, I spoke.
Yes.
But is it manifesting? No.
Covered by
Covered.
Madhava.
Covered by Madhava.
Covered.
Same in Navadvip also. Navadvip also same.
In Puri, everything is open.
Opulent.
Opulence
Yes.
is manifesting more.
Manifesting more there.
Yes.
So what is time?
7:35.
7:35.
Stop here?
No.
Huh?
No.
Continue.
Maharaj, one question. We have heard from our acharyas that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srinadana Gaurari, is the combined Radha and Krishna in the mood of Prem Vaicitya. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Svarūp Prabhupada, they are mentioning this. And that is in Prem Sarovar.
Yeah.
Right?
Prem Vaicitya Prem Sarovar.
Because they were telling in Ras Lila, he is able to steal, but that mood that Mahaprabhu is embodying, Prem Vaicitya, always embracing
In
and
Ras
feeling
Lila.
separation at the same time.
Yes, you're true. But what is rasa we should understand.
Yes.
Rasanang samoha rasa. Means rasa is a combination of all bhavas. So Prema Vaicitya is including that.
Everything in
Everything is
Rasalila.
there. Everything is in Rasalila. But in Prema Vaicitya, there is only one that.
In
Yeah.
Prem.
Prem Sarovar, only Prema Vaicitya. But in Rasalila,
All rasas.
all rasas are. So it is included already there.
Sarva Rasa Sar.
Sarva rasa sar. Yeah. So it is a rasanang samoha. Means combination of all rasas is called rasana. So we proceed?
To 8.
Yes.
Huh?
To 8.
Oh, till,
Yes,
till 8.
Till 8.
Okay. So,
Marsh, I have one question.
okay.
Also, we have heard that Srimati Radharani allowed Krishna to
Yes.
steal.
Yes.
Because he cannot
Yeah.
steal.
She's too smart
Yes.
to allow Krishna to steal.
Correct.
And also, she said, I must come also
Yes.
to help teach you.
Because when after stealing, in this material also this is happening. Some beggars or some robber, they are stealing. But when the owner is catching, then he is falling down at the lotus feet and asking, please, excuse me, because I need this. But there are some compassionate owner.
Honor.
They are okay, what to do? You take it. Similarly, Krishna begged to Radharani, and Radharani is very compassionate. Okay, if you want, you can take. If you want, I can come, because otherwise, if someone demand.
If I don't come, you will not understand.
Yeah. Like someone, for example, if some owner giving you money, but if you go, it is risky also. Someone arrested, where from you got this? Police can arrest. So I am going to help you. Some person are going also to cross the border also. That I donated this.
Certified.
Similarly, if I don't go, maybe some problem you will face.
He has to give the
Yeah.
paper. That
You have to give the paper and document, you cannot prove, then big problem. So I am going myself also to help you. So she came in the form of Gadadhar Pandit also. So there was no problem. So she gave and came personally to assist also.
Both are there.
Yes, both are there.
now I don't understand that.
Yes.
It seems we heard from our Guru Srila Bhaktivinoda Maharaj that when we recite the Gayatri mantra for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and as described in the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Ashtakali 24 Ashtaprahar, 8 different parts of the day, Krishna's Leelas are going on. And the Nitya Leela, that's taking place in Navadip. So if you were saying that in Puri, in Godavari, then there's some more, what do you call it?
External.
More depth of realization of the moods of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expanded. So it seems like a contradiction. Do you follow?
It seems what we have to understand only. It was his personal, it is not for our, we no need to relish that. We can remember only something. He came to relish only. We can remember to Mahaprabhu no. And Ruposwami compiled is so many Ashtakas about Chaitanya. And we are Rupa. So he did not write only about Nimai. He wrote Chaitanya Ashtaka. You study Taumala. Chaitanya Ashtaka 2, 3 he wrote Ruposwami also. Then what part? If you remember also no problem.
We asked this question to our Gurudev, and he said in Svetadvip always they are relishing.
Yes.
But in this Prakat Lila, it is not visible.
No.
Because Rupa Goswami is not there.
No.
And Rai Ramananda not there in Navadvip.
Yes. That is different pastime.
Yes.
Here different pastime. And we are now not qualified to meditate Ashtakali Lila completely. Our body, mind is not steady to remember 24 hours a day. Are you possible now? Impossible. Because we have to improve. Then our body will be perfect. So 24 hours when you are able to remember Ashtakali Lila, then only possible. Now you have to remember mixed altogether. Otherwise it is no Ashtakali Lila. 24 hours, 8 jam. You should have nothing.
Jam?
Jam.
Yum.
Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Yam. So Ashtajam it is called. So in Ashtajam means 8-fold pastime. 24 hours you have no time. But we have now so many time, so many activities. So we are not observing 8-fold. Ashtakali.
We need to develop the
Yes.
separation.
Yes, yes.
That is why
Yes.
in Puri,
Yes.
this pastime we should remember.
Yes, it will nourish Pushti. If we go through this now, then it will nourish to Ashtakali Lila. When we will be qualified and we will have no any other business, only remember 24 hours a day Radha Krishna and Mahaprabhu, then only this is possible to concentrate in this person. Understood the point? Yes. But now our body does not allow. We need rest. We need to eat. So 24 hours we cannot remember all these. For this particular blessing, special body, special mind necessary. Till that all will help. That's why Rupa Goswami wrote all these.
When you were speaking about this Rasa Lila Katha, you mentioned how Srimati Radhika felt that something was stolen from her and that she was feeling somewhat empty. In this connection, our Gurudev explained that Purna Shaktiman and Purna Shakti can never actually lose any part of themselves. Like Om Purna Mada Purna Midam, they never lose any part of themselves.
Yes.
And so I would like to know two things. One, the praman for this, where Srimati Radhika is losing this part of herself, and how it can be reconciled with.
Krishna is Purna Shaktiman, but in Vrindavan I'm feeling very hungry.
Yes.
So Radharani also possible to feel emptiness because she is doing human like pastime. Even she is in Golok Vrindavan, that is different. But in Vrindavan, like human like pastime. Krishna is Aptakam, Atmaram, but out of Vrindavan. Out of Vrindavan. But in Vrindavan, after waking up early in the morning, oh mother, I want to drink, and going to steal. If mother does not give, going to steal the water. So, in Vrindavan, Krishna is suffering from hunger. He is very hungry. But it is contradictory. It is becoming contradictory. So, same to Radharani also applicable.
So, tattva and rasa.
Yes, tattva and rasa. For rasa, this is possible. It is possible to Gurudev also, Vaishnavas also. Sometimes Guru and Vaishnava, they feel like ignorant also. It is arrangement of Yogamaya, possible. In human like pastime, it is possible. But in opulence pastime, impossible.
When Krishna leaves Ras, then automatically something lacking.
Yes.
But
Because one
without Krishna, no Radha, and without Radha, no Ras.
Yeah. So already lacking something.
Sarvagya, Mugdata, same.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
How long time?
10 minutes.
12
10 minutes.
12 minutes.
12, 13.
12 minutes.
12.
Hey,
13.
in Italy, 4 hours.
Yeah.
9 hours.
Yes, I'm with you.
No, I am ready to
Now,
continue.
nothing to do here.
No, we have Arti, Mahaprasad, like
Listen,
Maharaj
this is
said.
the first
you know,
evening.
Yes.
Let's start easy.
Yeah.
Quick question. You'd probably be able to tell me real quick. When Srimati Radhika comes as Gadadhar Pandit, is she, now that that's been stolen from her in this pastime and it's in Mahaprabhu's form, is she experiencing lacking or anything in Gadadhar Pandit's form? It's more tattva versus rasa in that form of Gadadhar Pandit, or?
Yes, Gadadhar Pandita was just helping to Mahaprabhu.
This is
Why
Preaching
now?
his glories, or?
Because now if he will manifest like Radharani's mood completely, then it was difficult to release Radharani's mood for Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Radharani now completely silent in the form of Gadadhar Pandit. But if she would appear like Radharani's mood like Bama and Prakhara, then Mahaprabhu had a problem.
Then cannot fulfill his desire.
No, cannot fulfill that.
Like in
He
that.
couldn't feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, her desire is
Yeah.
to completely
Yeah.
satisfy Krishna. And
Yeah.
Krishna
Dasya,
has this
Dasya.
desire.
Yeah, yeah.
So she comes in that mood
Yeah.
as Gadadhar Pandit.
But nothing is lacking. Nothing is missing from
No,
her.
no.
That's the point. Nothing is missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Submission complete.
Only the
Yeah.
role
Yeah.
that she's playing.
Yeah. So we'll proceed.
Okay.
So I just started only how great Radharani's tattva is. And only to this and so many directions coming. Because only when Rai Ramananda said that there is no one in this material who can ask more than this, then he was able to know that Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Then he asked more. Then he said, Radha Prema is Sadhya Sirumani. The Sadhya means our goal. And the Sirumani means the jewel of the head. Crest jewel of head or crest jewel of Sadhya, the goal is Radha Prema. There is nothing which is superior to Radha Prema. So Radharani's topic is very, very important to know. And our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada in 1931 on Radhastami day gave one lecture on Radhastami about Radha-tattva.
Krishna Samashka.
Huh? Yes.
It's all in all.
You remember?
It is in internet. I just read it.
Huh?
Very nice.
Oh, internet, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. He gave very nice lecture in 1931 on Radhastami day, September there. He gave very nice philosophy how to know the Radha-tattva. And there Prabhupada said that Radharani is Krishna Sarvasva. Sarvasva. Sarvasva means Sarva means all. Swa means wealth. Means Krishna's all wealth is Radharani. So without Radharani, and Radharani is all wealth also Krishna. Yes.
Listen to the next thing. You can't take half-hand logic.
So both are each other. Krishna, so everything is Radharani, Radharani, everything is Krishna.
Yeah.
So without knowing Radharani, yes, both are real true. I will go divide a little more. Rupa Goswami also, we are Rupanuga, but Rupa Goswami is also good counselor, reconciler. So, if it is very easy also, through help of Rupa Goswami to reconcile also. He sometimes became partial, but again reconcile also. Yes. So, we should reconcile, then we will release sweetness. And especially, this partiality for higher devotees, very good, releasement. But those who are unable to understand, if they will commit offense, then problem. Yes. For higher devotees, releasement, very good. But for common people, if they misunderstand, then problem. They should know really who Radharani is. They should not think any ordinary beautiful God. Then very big offense. We cannot imagine who is Radharani because we have not seen her. Only we will not guess. We guess, or maybe like this, only speculation. Radharani is so beautiful. In Chattu Pushpanjali. In Chattu Pushpanjali, Rupa Goswami explained what effulgence of Radharani coming from the toe, nail of the toe of Radharani. Million Lakshmi's beauty cannot be compared. Jasya nakha dyuti. Jasya nakha dyuti Sri. So, that kind of personality is Radharani. But we are only speculating by our mundane speculation and knowledge or realization. But as more and more we will go higher, Radharani will appear more and more superior form. But we are now looking according to our realization, our purity. But it does not mean how we are realizing it is like this. As more higher, after few years, if we are not committing any offense, because most dangerous problem to stop our realization and happiness and sweetness is offense. If we commit offense, then everything will disappear. Even what the realization we have now, this will disappear immediately. And heart will become stone-hearted. So you cannot feel any sweetness and heart will become stronger. You will lose taste for Guru, Vaishnava, Krishna, nothing. You will have taste. But if we are protected from offenses, as more and more we will go, we will feel so and so sweetness. Sweeter and sweeter day by day. So it is...
Container will improve.
Yeah, improve. And you can keep more and more. So it is clearly explained by Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, to Uddhav. What is that? Yatha yathatma parimridyate asu, tatha tatha pasyati vastu sukhnam. As more, yatha atma parimridyate. As more and more our atma, soul will be cleansed by non-stop chanting and listening and devotional practice, then soul will be more and more cleansed. Then tatha tatha pasyati vastu sukhnam. So more and more subtle vastu, transcendental obstacles or transcendental objects of Golok Vrindavan, we can see more and more in deeper form, automatically. So as more and more we are in conditioned stage, we cannot see anything. And if we listen also, we cannot understand. And if we study also, we cannot understand. But when our all contamination will be cleansed, then automatically, spontaneously it will be revealed. No endeavor necessary. But now, If we endeavor also, difficult to come. That's why we should go through the process step by step and non-stop, so that our container will be more and more improved and it have the ability to contain more, about more tattva, more realization, more feeling, etc. So Krishna said, yatha yathatvam parimridyate arthau tatha tatha pasyati vastu sukmam. As more and more we will clean, then our mind soul will be very pure and we can understand easily. But in contaminated condition, if you listen also, we cannot understand. And about this Radharani, how we are thinking, it is nothing. How she is really, if we see once only, you will have no desire at all. Now,
For the material world.
this material world become insignificant to see only, what to speak to be attached. If we once see only, glance of Radharani's lotus feet, no one can attract in this material world. What to speak about Krishna?
Oh.
We have known that realization, only we heard something. And by our speculated mind, in conditions we are speculating, but still we are attracted. This is good. If only by this relation we are attracted to Radharani, what to speak if real Radharani will appear one day? And she can appear when we will attain bhav stage. She can appear. After that you will have no taste for anyone. But till bhav stage, we may up and down, up and down.
After praying, in praying or in bhav stage?
After bhav stage,
Sometimes.
sometime appear.
Yeah.
In prem stage, non-stop.
Non-stop.
Yeah. And after bhav stage, we will have ability to see. Real Radharani you can see.
Madanakya Mahabhav.
Huh?
She is Madanakya Mahabhav personified.
Sometime also appear.
Yeah,
You can see. And Radharani appeared to Raghunath also.
yeah. But he
Glance
is-
proof.
Yeah.
Yes, glance proof.
He is Nityaparika.
Madhavendra Puri also appeared.
Yeah.
Madhavendra
They
Puri.
are all Nityaparikas.
So, Nitya Parikar, what we are going to Nitya Parikar also
Yeah, one day.
one day. So then, for that, we need qualification. So at a qualified stage, Radharani can appear if she is merciful. And Radharani is so merciful.
But symptom should be then at once we will be detached from everything.
Sorry?
The symptom is at once we will be detached from everything.
There will be no any more attraction of this material world. Now we are very easily attracted by others. Very easily. Why? We have a contamination. But when we have purity, no one can attract. Impossible. Only Krishna, Radharani can attract, no other one. And Radharani is so beautiful that even Krishna is desirous of looking the beauty of Radharani. What to speak, the mundane, conditioned living and like us. Yeah. Krishna, who is all attractive. Jiva Goswami said, Sarvacheto Hara Krishna, Tasya Chittam Haratyasu, Vaidagdhi Sara Vistarai, Ratto Radha Haramata. Sarvacheto Hara Krishna. Krishna is able to attract everyone's mind. In all universes. He is able to attract everyone's mind. But Tasya Chittam Haratyasu. But who is attracting even Krishna's mind? She is Radha. Hara. And Tasya Sambodhane, to address Hara, according to Sanskrit grammar, we have to address Hare. Means Radhe. So that's why her name is Radha. Hare. So Radharani is so beautiful that Krishna is desiring to see to Radharani. So if we see, because we are attracted by everyone now here, anything of this material can attract us. Very easily attracting. That's why Krishna is unable to annihilate this now. If no one will be attracted to no one except Krishna and Radharani and others, then Krishna is bound to annihilate all this.
Bound to what?
Bound to annihilate this.
Annihilate
Annihilate.
the world.
Means to make pralaya.
There will be no purpose for it.
Because there is no one to, for whom he will keep this.
Nothing is running.
Nothing is running. But we are not qualified to get that qualification. Because we are being attracted to each other for material object and person, etc. That's why Krishna is maintaining this.
Automatically.
So automatically, we are being attracted for this insignificant objects and persons. What to speak if we see Radharani, to whom Krishna is desirous of looking always. Although Krishna is Atmaram, Krishna is Aptokam, but still his desire coming to Radharani. So if we see that Radharani one day, then we will have no attraction to anyone else.
Same with Radha-kunda.
Same, no difference between Radha-kunda and Radharani.
Really, we see Radha-kunda, there are no more.
No. Now we are looking at Radha-kunda. It is not real form of Radha-kunda. This is external form, covered by Maya.
Even we see deity, but we are not really.
No. Our material eye is unable to see proper form. But like this, we should make habit. Then one day, by blessing and by purification, real form will appear. But we should continue like this.
In the beginning of the class, you started talking about Pagalini throwing all of the gems, and now you're saying we require qualification. So you say we have to come to the stage of Bhav, but what if she's throwing the gems?
Yes, when throwing you will have some time.
So then if someone can have darshan even if they're not qualified, then
Yes, that time, like Mahaprabhu came, when he was there, who was coming in front of him, he was getting prem. But not now. Now not everyone. Similarly, in occasionally only. Similarly, like...
We don't know how to appreciate it.
Yeah.
If Gurudev gives, Gurudev said, I can give you, but your container is not qualified to give.
Like Gurudev also came and gave, but we are not accepting how he was designed.
Also,
Yes.
also the gems are being thrown, but unless we pick them up off the
Yes.
ground.
Yes.
But don't the gems represent Harikatha? They don't represent the darshan of Srimati Radhika.
No, present Harikatha.
Right.
And Harikatha also, from Harikatha also Radharani can appear.
Can appear.
Yeah.
someone's throwing the gems.
Yes.
Radharani is throwing the gems.
Because there is no difference between Hari and Harikatha.
Right.
Similar Radha and Radharani Katha also no difference. But we have no that kind of relation now. We have only literal knowledge this. Literal knowledge only, but we are not feeling like that, personal.
No personal
feeling.
experience.
Theoretical.
Yes, theoretical knowledge. But no practical knowledge. We are not feeling, now we are discussing about Radharani. But we are not feeling that Radharani is present. We have no feeling. Only we are trying to give the training to the mind to think like this. Spontaneously not coming. Spontaneous is different and artificially different. Now we are all are doing artificially. Yeah. So it takes time. But when becoming spontaneous, automatically Radharani will appear. And for many devotees appeared also. अद्यापि हो सही लीला करे गोरा राय कौन कौन भाग्यवान देखिबार पाए. Till now Mahaprabhu doing the pastime, Radharani doing pastime, Krishna doing pastime, but those who are fortunate, they are able to see. Yeah. Till now doing their non-stop pastime. But those who are qualified, to whom they are merciful, they are able to see. So like our Madhavendra Puri Baba, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was able to see. And not only Nitya Siddha, even Sadhana Siddha also they were able to see. Yeah. And many sadhus also in Vrindavan, very elevated sadhus they were able to see. Possible. For us also possible, not impossible, but difficult. Yes.
Difficult.
We should not think that impossible, not. Nowhere said impossible. Dulhav. He said dulhav. Difficult to get. Yeah. So for this, we have to continue our sadhana to attain that platform, in which it will become easier to understand and see. For this, sadhana is necessary, and that sadhana also through process. And what is the process to acquire that sadhana? I will speak tomorrow. Rahasya. This is spoken by Jiva Goswami also. And on his appearance day, we are keeping this topic. Tomorrow I will explain.
This is in that lecture of Srila Bhakti Svarūp Śrīdhara.
Yes. He said. In the lecture he said it. Yeah. That is, at the beginning he said, Jadyapi ekaya eva siddhyati tathapi namnah prathamah namnah श्रवणम Chitta Suddhyartham Apekhyam. Beginning from here. Rest I will speak. Long commentary. Yeah. How to attain that qualification? Jivosa explained.
What is the secret?
Huh? What is the secret?
What is
The secret.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Give us the
The
secret.
secret will be tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
Jai.
So now we'll stop here. बोल वृषभानंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय। बोल वृषभानंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय।
Sri Jiva Goswami Pad
की
ki
जय।
Sri Vamana Deva ki
Jai.
Sri Gurudev ki
Jai.
Srila Bhakti Svarūp Śrīdhara Mahārāj ki Prabhupada ki Jai. Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi.
New Brajabasi
Ki
Bhakta
Jai.
Vrinda
Ki
Ki Jai. Nanda Gopal Ki Jai.
Sripad Brajadath Prabhu ki Oh my God.
Mahārāj, let you drink some water.